I'm Kaylee, and today I'm going to talk about Sir Walter Scott's Waverley. I adore Sir Walter Scott. I've only read, 5 or 6 of his novels. I really need to read more of them because he was very prolific. And I really need to read more Sir Walter Scott. But today I wanted to go back and reread one of my favorites. I think Waverley was the very first Sir Walter Scott that I read. Maybe Ivanhoe. Actually, I think Ivanhoe was the first and Waverley was the second that I read, and it has always been my favorite. Edward Waverley goes on a vacation to Scotland, staying with an old friend of his uncle's. He meets a Highland chief and is invited to spend a couple of weeks hunting up in the Highlands. Waverley is inspired by the noble demeanor of the Highland clans, and his romantic side gets the better of him. He becomes embroiled in a Jacobite rebellion, and he falls in love with the Highland chief's pretty sister. At first, his adventures seem glamorous and exciting, but he quickly learns that he needs to deal with reality and give up his childish daydreams of glory. This is such a beautiful, intriguing story about valor and honor and love and war and loyalty. There are some very absurd, really funny bits intermingled with really sorrowful and serious scenes. I just love the setting of the Scottish Highlands. It is absolutely stunningly beautiful. And I find it incredibly interesting to learn about these old customs and history of Scotland. There's such a rich culture, and it's so interesting to see the differences between the Highlands and the Lowlands. They have very different manners and even a different language. There are some Highland characters that we meet in this book who only speak Gaelic. They only know maybe 3 or 4 words in English. It's just so cool to learn about all that history. And I absolutely adore Waverley's character. He's brave and honorable and true, but he's also a dreamer. He prefers books and poetry. But he is an active person too. He's ready to dive into any adventure or maybe start up a duel to defend his honor. The very best thing about Edward Waverley is his intense character development. Through all his adventures and experiences, he learns to navigate reality as it really is, instead of just daydreaming and wishing for foolish dreams. He has a very fiery personality, and he learns to tame some of those strong emotions. All the supporting characters are fantastic. Every single one of them is so unique and memorable. They're kind of a wild group sometimes, though. I really love that each personality is well written in a very thoughtful way. They all have their own character arcs, their own little intrigues and sorrows. I kind of want to talk more about certain of the supporting characters, but I really can't without going into spoilers. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. I love all the supporting characters so much. And the writing is phenomenal. It draws you in really slowly and completely immerses you in this old world of history, this rich culture in Scotland. And I love that the writing takes the time to show us the inner thoughts and emotions that Edward Waverley is experiencing. It's this rich language that really puts the reader right into the middle of the action in every scene. And there's really great pacing, wonderful balance between serious moments and comical moments, and action scenes, and then times of rest for our characters. I just adore everything about this book. I gave it 5 stars. I love it so much. Please leave me a comment down below and let me know what is your favorite book by Sir Walter Scott. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and remember, the right book in the right hands at the right time can change the world.